Good morning. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Kim Poe. I am the Children and Young Adult Consultant with the Connecticut State Library. Thank you for joining us for this really interesting experiment that we're trying at DLD. We know that time is short, but information is needed. So we've created this series called DLD Minis, which are 30 minutes or less, where we dive into a resource or service, or today, catalog, that folks reach out to us about trying to use. And we figure making these short, bite-sized videos gives folks an opportunity to go back and watch and learn. But also, while we're here, if you have any questions, things you've run into, or questions about what we go over today, I am here to help with that. And we are going to go ahead and I'm going to start screen sharing and take you through our Primo catalog. Hello, there we go. Wait for that to pop up. Okay, great. This is Primo. This is a catalog that the Middletown Library Service Center, but the State Library, and in fact, the CSCUs use for their library, like OPAC. So the first thing that I do want to throw out there, and I'll show you when we kind of get there, is we're sometimes kind of forcing this system to do some things that it's not really intended to do. So there is a quirk here or there, but honestly, it's not that bad. The first thing that I want to say, this is an incredibly long URL, and I highly suggest just bookmark it. I can show you the ways that you can find it in the libguides, but just bookmark it. It's long, it's random, and that's just going to save everyone a whole lot of pain going forward. So while you are able to search in the search bar for anything, whether you're logged in or not, I'm going to start off by logging in and then showing you how that works when you're fully set up in the system. So for those of you who know how we do things at the service center, you have login IDs for your institutions. So it's going to be like Fitch High School is going to have an account, or Scranton Memorial is going to have an account. It's not going to be an individual's name. And while my user ID is my name, that's just because I work here. You all are going to have a number. So ignore the fact that it's my name. And when we set up the accounts for you, there's going to be a temporary password that we're going to give you in when we sort of send an email with all of the information. And you're able to change that password going in. So you'll see this has my name, but again, that's just because I work here. So whether someone's deciding to use our systems to search for individual titles or not, it's still good to have your Primo information, because if you borrow our sets, like our STEM kits, our puppets, the things from our equipment catalog, which we'll be going over another day, this is where you go to see what items you have out, when they're due, what items you have on hold. So whether you're choosing to borrow our individual books, I call them, our picture books, our nonfiction, you still want to be familiar with this. So to see that information, you're going to click on the top where it is going to be the name of your school or library, and you can go into your library account. Is it showing for you guys, right? Yes. Okay. So note, yeah, I don't return my stuff on time, and that's fine. So there's a lot of red here. So I have items that are checked out currently. It'll show you a few of them in this box, but you'll see I have more items than that, so you can click on the bottom to view everything. And so actually, I'm able to renew from here. That may be because I work here. When you all poke around in here, you can try to hit this renew button. If it doesn't work, that's just because you don't have permissions to do that. You all know you can call or email any of us. We'll do it for you. If there's nobody who's in line for it, and if it's not a current nutmeg, those are our only rules. Current nutmegs cannot be renewed, and if someone is waiting for it, it cannot be renewed. So you'll see all the titles of my items, and you'll see the due dates. So it's very helpful information, like I said. And if I had checked out a puppet or a story time prop or a STEM kit to myself, that's going to be here as well, so that folks just kind of like know what's going on. If you've requested an item in Primo, so not if you've requested an item through the equipment catalog, but if you've requested a professional title or something like that, that's going to be here in your holds. Sometimes folks can't remember, did I request this item? And it's all here for you to see, and I'll show you how to request items. This section here where it says pickup at Middletown Library Service Center, this is one of those things that we can't change. When I say that we're kind of forcing Primo to do something that it's not really designed to do, and I will touch base on that. You're also able to cancel that hold from here if you decide that you don't want it, or you can just leave it and we'll send the item when it's ready. There is a fines and fees section, but as you may or may not know, we don't have those. It's just built in here. If we've sent like a message or if there's an item that can't get to you, which also won't happen, it's just like in here because it's a part of the system. Personal details, this is where you'll be able to see the address that we have in the system to your school or library, phone number, email address. This is the contact information that we collect from you. So you can see that information here. Again, I know that update login credentials works for me, but that's because I work here. That button might not work for you, but we're real easy to get a hold of. So don't worry about any of that. So that's sort of the back end, right? Like really, quite frankly, some of the most important information. Let's talk about searching. I have a little list here so that I don't forget anything that's important. Thank you for folks who are just joining us. Basically, this is recorded, so you'll get all the information. But the most important thing I'm going to say to anyone today, please just bookmark the link to this site. Just bookmark it. The URL is really long. So searching, the very first thing that you need to know is that the default is going to be to the CSL catalog. That is the catalog at 231 in Hartford. If you want to search 231 in Hartford, have at it. I don't know how things work up there. I can't help you. But if you are searching for items that are at the Middletown Library Service Center, just click on CSL catalog, click to Middletown Library Service Center, and everything that you search for by default is going to be in the Middletown building. So you all are probably super familiar with this. You've all used one before. I always search George Washington Carver because I'm still mad that people think he invented peanut butter. So you can type the name. I know I didn't capitalize a W. It's fine. You can type his name, the name of something that you're looking for in there. And because we've selected Middletown Library Service Center, anything that you see is going to default to what we have in the building. You'll see we have a lot of juvenile biographies for him. That's what our JB stands for. E is for picture books, and J, and if there's a number, is our nonfiction titles. So if you wanted to place a hold, right? We showed where those holds pop up. You're going to go ahead and click on one of these titles. It's going to give you all the information, right? Title, author, publication date. Just ignore all that. And here it lets you know if it is available. So item is in place and it's telling you that this would be a 90-day loan. So for example, if you were having your students or your kids study historical figures and you wanted to request a ton of biographies from us, this is telling you right here that you're going to get it for 90 days. You can scroll down for more cataloging information, a little description, some ISBN information, subject headings, and the like. But if you wanted to request this, we've got a blue request button that you can't quite miss. Oh, we got some more folks coming in. And again, it's going to say pickup location, Middletown Library Service Center. We can't make it go away. When we create accounts for you all, for your schools or your library, libraries, this really doesn't matter because we're going to send it to your library, but schools or other agencies, if we are creating an account for you, in the process, we will ask, where do you want the item sent to? And we will have that in the system, and we'll know that that's the library that we're sending it to. So please disregard this. This has thrown a lot of people, understandably, but we can't make it go away. But we know where to send it because it's in your record. So you can identify the pickup date. What this means is that past this date, you no longer want the title. A lot of systems have this. So essentially, if we have not sent this title by, I'm going to go ahead and click October 17th, then the hold is going to cancel on your end and ours, and the title just won't go. There is a box for comments here. Oh, I put don't really pull. This is for DLD Mini. I typed that in. But if you just so happen to be coming to the service center, or you've got someone who can flop by the service center to pick it up for you, you can say, will pick up. We get a lot of this from like Portland, which is very close, or the Russell Library, which is very close. Or if someone has a commute, the town I live in, one of the folks who works here drives close enough to the service center that they often will pick up items. So you can say, will pick up, send the request. Your request was successfully placed is going to be your indicator to let you know that you have done all of the things that you are supposed to do and you're all set. And if you wanted to go back and verify that in your account, I could have just said my loans, but I didn't. You'll see our George Washington Carver book. Here is your backup to make sure that you really place the item. But when you've got that fancy green ribbon, does it even matter? So, I am also going to quickly show and see every time you go back into new search, it's going to default to CSL catalog. So every time you're going to have to go in and select Middletown Library Service Center. So now let's say I'm looking for books about flowers. As that populates, you're going to see already we've got a lot of things. We've got juvenile nonfiction, we've got picture books, our BCD, books on CD. We still have some of those. We are cycling them out, but we do have some of them there. And what this is typically doing is pulling the words flowers from the subject catalog. This is really simple similar to the catalogs that you all use. But let's say that you are in an elementary school or you're preparing to do a story time or something with little littles, and you don't want to scroll through here looking for picture books. You just want to see what picture books we have in our system. You can do that through the advanced search. I'm going to show you the secret to doing this within this system. So it's going to leave flowers up at the top. It's going to leave us at the Middletown Library Service Center. The secret that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to change any field to call number. You're going to want to change it from contains to is. And let's say we're looking for just picture books. Our picture books start with E. Search. It's only picture books. The same could go for you want nonfiction because this is actually going to be an educational lesson. So just J. You don't even have to look up what what part of the Dewey Decimal System that might be in. Just hit J because all of our nonfiction starts with J, and then we have the Dewey Decimal number. It's thinking about it. Don't make me look silly, Primo. I double checked this to make sure that I wouldn't lie to these nice people. I blame Xfinity. But what's gonna happen when it comes up is it's all gonna be nonfiction, and you're gonna see J's with the numbers. You can do that for large print titles, LP, books on CD, BCD. You could essentially, that's gonna be the simplest way to pare down this. This is infuriating. I promise I'm not lying. That's going to be the simplest way to sort of dig through the different portions of the collection that we have. And the same could go for Y, right? So if you're looking for older kid books, our young adult and middle grade titles are all Y. So you could also change to call number is Y. Here we go. I knew what I was talking about. So here you go. You'll see that these are all nonfiction titles. Now, we have had some folks jump in since we started, so I'm going to show one more time how to place a hold on one of these titles. So let's say I'd like Seeds Move. I want to verify that this book is what I think it is. So I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to read the description. Sorry, our computer's going a little slow here. So you'll get a little bit of a description for what the book is about. We've got our big blue request here, and this is actually telling us that we have 2 copies of this and no one's waiting. It's going to say pickup location Middletown Library Service Center every time. We just can't make it stop. Ignore it. Pretend like it's not even there. If you can't get this book to me by November 3rd, I don't want it. That's the date that you're setting. If you're picking it up from the service center, we'll pick up. Or if you don't have anything to tell us, leave it blank. We're going to send that request. I know Abby and Kathy are getting these and they're so confused. It's fine. And then you have a green, your request was placed. You can close out of that. If you want to double verify, go right on back into your name. You don't have to hit my library account every time. You can go directly to my requests. And we now have Seeds Move added to George Washington Carver, added to A Week of Shenanigans. Not even sure what that is. We will be doing another DLD minis, and I'm going to be doing it on the equipment catalog. Now, the equipment catalog is where we go to place holds on our sets, right? Our discussion sets, our story time kits, our STEM kits. All of those items live in the equipment catalog. But as I said when we first started, it is very important to have access to your Primo account because it lists all of the items that you have out, when they are due, the items that you've requested. As I mentioned, Renew works for me because I work here. I do not know that Renew will work for you all. If it doesn't, that's fine. Shoot us an email, give us a quick call, and we'll go in and renew it. As a reminder, we only do not renew current nutmegs and items that have someone waiting for them. Anything else can be renewed in our system. And once that is done, it's going to populate here under your loans screen. What you can actually request here in Primo is going to be our picture books, our nonfiction titles, our fiction titles, and our professional collection. So like the traditional look of a library, that's going to be what you can get from this system here. And honestly, it's that simple. I think the hardest part is going to be getting your library number, changing your password, and sharing it with everyone who needs access to it in your systems. Does anyone have any questions about how this works? No. What's the default loan period? Great question. So it's going to depend on the item. So those individual titles, the titles that you can request here through Primo, the base loan period is going to be those 90 days, those 3 months. The items that go out for the shortest amount of time from the service center are the STEM kits, and those go out for 30 days. And that's because they're in very high demand. Our discussion sets, those are going to go out for 45 days. So we've tried to provide as much time for the items as we can, taking into consideration the request for those. But anywhere from, so J is for nonfiction. We don't really have a designated juvenile section. Our middle grades, which would be like our J fictions in most of your libraries, those are mixed with our Ys. It is a long story that predates me. And so, yeah, so J is going to be nonfiction. Y is going to be your young adult and middle grade fiction. E is going to be picture books. And BD is going to be book discussion. BB is going to be board books. And you know what I'll do? I'll put this all on the LibGuide where this recording is going to sit because it is incredibly convoluted. So we do have a LibGuides page for this. I'm just clicking over to it. And you'll see the other DLD minis that have been done. So Ashley did one about the LibGuides homepage. Matt did one about the application process for the Connecticut Library for Accessible Books. And as soon as I have this video downloaded and captioned, I'm going to add it here to the Primo page, and I will add all of these acronyms because every library does it a little bit different. So yeah, it is a little convoluted. So I will make sure to add that information to this LibGuides page for you all. What's the average turnaround to get items to the library? It's a really great question. What we suggest folks do is build a 2-week time period into when they request the item and when they need it by. And that's because there's a lot of possible things that could happen between when we send the item out and when it's received. Yep, I can drop the LibGuides link in for you. So we might get your request and we might send it out through deliver it the next day within 24 hours. But if a route is down, right? If it's snowing, if a driver gets sick or something like that, any of that could delay the amount of time it takes for an item to get to a library. Not every library has deliveries every day. We've got some libraries with one delivery a week. If they get Wednesday deliveries and you make the request for Wednesday and we can't get it out until Thursday, you're not seeing it until next week. So there's a lot of stipulations. If you know that you're a library that gets deliveries every day, if the item is available, you'll probably get it within like 3-ish days if we don't have any route issues through driver sickness or anything like that. But our suggestion is 2 weeks to be on the safe side, unless, of course, you're coming to pick it up or you're sending someone to come and pick it up. These are all really great questions. You guys should be able to unmute too. So if anyone would like to unmute to ask a verbal question that's kind of hard to type, feel free to do that also. You're welcome, Gina. We feeling good about our catalog, Primo? And like I said, we will dive into the equipment catalog. And when we do that, I'll explain why we have 2 different catalogs. I imagine it might be frustrating for some people, but actually, you're welcome because we're doing something really, really good. It just adds a slight inconvenience, but like I promise you all prefer the 2 cataloging systems when we really dive into it. Great. So the next session is not, I'm going to stop sharing. The next session is, what a great question that I should have pulled up before this. So we are actually rotating through these. So every consultant who has specialty in sort of whatever area it is that we're looking at is going to be picking the date and organizing the session themselves. I think the next person who's going to be presenting is going to be Chris Gavreau, but let me like pull this up before I potentially lie to you all to do a thing on E-rate. But let me pull this up. That's another reason why we're kind of doing these as minis. Not everyone needs all the information. There are some of you who may never think about E-rate, and I love that for you because I also never think about E-rate. We've got someone else to do that for us. So this way folks are able to pick and choose. So the next person who's going is actually going to be Ashley. And that's going to be later this month, who's going to be talking about communications and the different ways that we share information with you all. It's also a really great opportunity to tell us if there are other ways that we can best communicate with you all. And I'm gonna be really honest, I don't know when she's doing that. I don't know. I can send an email out to everybody when she picks that date, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. Awesome. Okay. Look at this. 24 minutes. You're all full of knowledge. You know new things. If anyone would like access to their account number and would like their password reset because you're realizing now that you don't have that information, you can email me, Abby, or Kathy. If you have like a relationship with anyone, we can give you your number, reset your password if you need it. We cannot see your password, it's encrypted. So we would just have to reset it for you. And then you all can get in there and start plugging around in your Primo accounts and requesting those books. Awesome. Give me like 3-ish business days to get this recording up so you can rewatch or share with others. And thank you guys for your time.
Thanks, Kim. This was great.
Awesome. Bye,
Bye.
everybody.